Hey, what's up? So, can you hear the BlizzCon audio or not? Because for, like, is it faint or... All right, well, hopefully it works. I don't like if I temporarily mute this. Maybe this will work. I think I just had the settings too low and it wasn't getting picked up. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, the show should begin, should it not? Are we on max settings? Close enough. Am I live? I'm live. What's up, Sakad? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This is BlizzCon 2023.
That looks like the main hall.
Please welcome the president of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Ibarra.
Oh no, that's the Overwatch arena. It just looks completely different. It's usually a big circle.
Let's go!
Interesting.
How's everybody doing? Oh man, you know, this is the best gaming community in the world. Hands down. Hands down. Thank you, wow. Hello, BlizzCon.
It's kind of weird not seeing Mike Morheim.
It is so good to
It's
be back
really
in
weird,
person,
actually.
Finally. All of us. I love you too. All of us at Blizzard have missed this so much. It's 4 years. It's been 4 years. You know what I say to that? That's too damn long. Where's our
4 years
heroes
since the
of
last
Overwatch
in-person
at?
one. That's a long time.
Adventurers of Sanctuary? Defenders of Azeroth?
Hey, look, a lot of
And
Warcraft people.
gamers everywhere, welcome! We love sharing what we're working on all the time. But to share it in person with all of you and to hear your stories, it cannot be matched. Meeting you all face to face inspires us, and we put this energy and enthusiasm back into everything we do. Thank you all for being here. In fact, we have tens of thousands of you here in Anaheim, California today, and we hope you enjoy the immersive experience we've created here at the show. We also have millions of people watching right now on stream. BlizzCon, please help me welcome everyone watching from around the world. Whether you're a hardcore or a casual gamer, or if it's been a while since you picked up one of our games, we're here to show you the Blizzard we are today and the Blizzard we are becoming. But BlizzCon isn't just about the latest updates from Blizzard. It's all about you. Players are at the forefront of everything we do, and we're devoted to supporting these incredible communities, communities you can be proud of to be part of. All of us, gamers, developers, and fans, we all are united in our shared love for gaming. The person sitting next to you or watching online and chat with you could be your next guildmate, teammate, or lifelong friend. We all have this in common. I've always felt Blizzard brings players together a little differently. Our players have made connections that span continents, languages, and generations. We all have that one story, that incredible play of the game, that clutch card draw, or that raid encounter that your guild barely survived.
I'm trying to figure out what they did with the other half of the arena, because it looks like they're only using like 3/4 of it, and the entire stuff behind the stage is
in one of our games.
walled
A
off.
friend who began just as someone we hung out with in game, but who was there for us to celebrate our real life wins or to support us during a difficult time. That's certainly been true for me. Thanks to my experience playing Blizzard games over the last 25 years, I've met most of my best friends from all over. And I'm so grateful that some of them are here today. Gus, Pika, Nick, Scoodles, and of course Billy and Kaylee, who put up with my raid wipes all too often. I always know that no matter what is going on in real life, they will be there. No matter what game we're playing, these friends are a constant I can always rely on. And I know many of you share that feeling. BlizzCon truly is about all of us, as players, as equals, as friends. As we bring these amazing experiences to more places, build technology that allows more gamers to experience our worlds, and create characters and stories more players can relate to, the Blizzard community grows. And more importantly, our friendships grow. All of us are so grateful to be part of this community. And in
This is a really
everything
long
we do,
opening monologue.
We are in service to you. We know we don't do everything perfectly.
So when do they bring out Chris
Thanks to your
Metzen?
feedback, we never stop striving to do it right. We are here to foster joy and belonging for everyone. We're proud of the worlds we build, but your experiences within those worlds bring them to life, and your connections with each other are what inspires us the most. Now, Many of you may have heard the recent news about Blizzard joining the Xbox gaming family.
Uh-oh.
Both Blizzard and Xbox believe that gaming is a unifier, that we should all be able to play anywhere and any way we want to play. That when the creativity of some of the best developers, artists, and storytellers in the world is fearlessly
Cross-platform.
unleashed, everyone wins. With that in mind, someone is here backstage who'd like to say hello.
Phil Spencer?
Over the years, he and I played a bunch of games together. Please join me in welcoming my friend, our friend, the CEO of Microsoft Gaming,
Nice.
Phil Spencer.
Nice. Unexpected.
Thank you, Mike. And hello, everybody, BlizzCon. This is my first BlizzCon ever.
Because I bought the company.
And it's great to feel the energy in the room. You are the reason we make games. Your love for these games truly is inspiring. I recently have spent so much time playing Diablo 4 with my friends. Season 2 is awesome. And I can tell you that I can't wait for you to see what the team has planned for that game. It's going to be awesome. Blizzard occupies a special place in the gaming industry. For me,
This is a cool dude. I like him.
throughout Blizzard's history, they've pioneered and refined so much across the gaming industry, and many of you here today have been a part of that journey. Think of Diablo. It propelled the action RPG genre forward.
StarCraft is still a thing.
Spawned the foundation of what esports would eventually become. And
I
with
love StarCraft. StarCraft 2 is
was
an
a
amazing
major
game.
catalyst for the evolution of games as live
Or,
entertainment.
sorry, StarCraft Brood
World of
Wars, not
Warcraft.
StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is fine, but StarCraft holds a very special
Changed
place in my
not
heart.
only how people developed and supported games, but really it introduced a much wider audience to the concept of online communities. And Overwatch not only reimagined gameplay, but also the representation possible in class-based shooters. Blizzard's influence is everywhere, and because of its enduring legacy and phenomenal revolutionary development, with a care and a craft that is incredibly rare in this industry. Our commitment at Xbox is to bring more great games to more players in more places. And now that Blizzard is part of Xbox, we will nurture the essence of what has made Blizzard unique.
Okay. It sounds like they're
We're
going
gonna
to do some
empower our
new
new
cross-platform
colleagues
something.
in a culture of trust, inclusion, and collaboration to continue what they do best. Redefining existing genres, creating new, never-before-seen experiences, and uniting players globally in new ways. In Azeroth, in Sanctuary, in near-future Earth, and beyond. It has been a privilege to welcome the teams at Blizzard to Xbox, and I'm honored to be able to be here to help welcome all of you to BlizzCon 2023. Having seen what's in store for players, I can say the future of Blizzard is brighter than ever.
Well, that's
you
good.
all have so much to look forward to in this show.
So what's going to be the first announcement? Warcraft will probably
So
be
I'll get out of
last,
here,
right?
let you see the show. Thanks everyone for the warm reception, and have a great time at BlizzCon. Thank you.
That was cool. I'm glad that he got a warm reception too.
How about
Imagine
that?
if Bobby showed up. Could you imagine?
You know,
It'd be awful.
Part of what makes this such an exciting time for Blizzard is that we've never been more empowered, free, and dedicated to holding true to what makes Blizzard unique than we are today.
I'm going to turn it up just a little
We
bit.
are accountable for creating this next chapter of Blizzard with all of you.
That should be a
We
little
take
better
this
on audio.
responsibility very seriously as we learn, grow, and get better every day. This is the start of a new era. So much more is possible, and you'll see some of that over the next couple days. Coming up, you'll hear from some new friends and some old friends who are
Metzen, Thrall.
returning to the BlizzCon stage to show more about the games and the worlds we all love.
Yeah, so there are people literally
Before I
behind the
go,
stage who can't see. That's got to be
I want
awful.
to take a moment to thank our Blizzard team. You
Well, that's touching.
You are some of the most talented individuals on the planet. And collectively, we are capable of building the most legendary universes in gaming. Our future, our creative freedom, our path forward is truly our own. And I know we all stand together with a singular goal: to exceed player expectations and foster and support each other. Thank you for everything you do. BlizzCon,
So what's first? Overwatch?
many of the Blizzard team are here today in Anaheim, working hard to ensure you enjoy your time here. We all love talking to players, so please don't be shy. Come up and chat with us. Finally, on behalf of everyone at Blizzard, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, from the bottom of my heart to our players, past, present, and future. Thank you for your passion and your honesty. And most importantly, thank you for being part of our communities. This is what BlizzCon is all about. Everything we do is for all of you, and it's an honor to be a part of these worlds with you. Now, welcome to BlizzCon.
All right. What's first? Overwatch. Oh no, this is like the... Yeah, this is the intro?
You wanted to see if there was more out there. Well, see for yourself.
I'm gonna kick every one of you in the face.
Yeah, let's go ahead and not say stuff like that.
Did you really think this would be a fair fight?
Oh my god. That was disgusting. Yo, nerf this!
Mama's got you!
I am him!
I'm in my widow era now. Wow.
So what can they actually announce for Overwatch 2? Like PvE mode or something? I mean, the game has kind of been unchanged since it was released. I mean, removing loot boxes was cool.
Please welcome Overwatch Game Director, Aaron Keller.
Hello, BlizzCon!
I miss Jeff.
Ever since we first revealed Overwatch in 2014, you have grown this universe into something truly unique and beautiful. Every single day, we see millions of players jumping into matches, forging new friendships, and showing off their skills. We launched Overwatch 2 last October, and it has been such an incredible year. Since then, you've been crushed by Diva's mech over 26 million times.
So what's weird to me is Overwatch 2 is just Overwatch 1 renamed with like a couple of new characters and new maps. It's weird how Overwatch has evolved since its launch.
Overwatch is first and foremost focused on you, our players.
Which I think is why I've never really understood the game.
This global community, from the release of our Samoa map to our celebration of Pride, to our first tie-in Peruvian heroes, Lifeweaver and Alari. We also want Overwatch to recognize those focused on achievement and prowess, and released our new progression system and the first set of Hero Mastery courses this year. And for those that just want
Hero
something
Mastery.
different, we've run April Fools and released a dating sim, an actual dating sim, Loverwatch.
What?
Listening to your feedback.
Yeah, so I have not
important
paid
us,
attention
and it's
to
driven the team to look at changes
Overwatch
to
at
some of
all.
the core systems of the game. We've been hard at work on an overhaul of our competitive system, and we'll get into that a bit today and a bunch more over the course of BlizzCon. And there is so much more to come. We'd like to give you all a glimpse at as much as we're able to show you coming next year. And boy, do we have some fun things to talk about. So let's get into it.
How long is the opening ceremony? Is it an
Our
hour?
first big announcement. I am honored to introduce the art director of Overwatch, Dion Rogers.
All right, those screens are pretty cool. That's well done. I wonder what the tech is behind that. Is his mic off?
Sorry, I'm a bit excited. The energy is awesome in here. You know, Aaron and I have been working on this universe since before Overwatch had a name. Working together with an incredible team back at Blizzard.
I think that's back when it was called Titan.
BlizzCon. Creating such an incredible game with so many amazing people and seeing what it means to you all, it's meant everything to us. And out of all the things we work on, one of our favorites is to create new heroes. You know, Overwatch is full of big personalities, and it takes a special...
That was kind of a
individual
lackluster
to
response
stand
to
out.
a new hero.
And the team has been working hard to make sure no one could predict who this next hero is. We haven't
Unless it's already
any
leaked.
articles. We haven't leaked a spray or two. And we've left 0 hints, especially not in our recent Samoa map. Now, who's ready to meet the newest hero?
It's kind of weird because I don't know if he's joking or not. All right, that's a really cool stage. I like
Sorry
that.
to keep you all waiting. But now that I'm here, let's have
Whoa.
some fun. Yep, that's my name, all right. And this right here is Gunny. And she can light
Is this
up
like
the
a
whole
Hawaiian theme guy?
And this one's Cha-Cha. He's a sensitive little fella, a real hothead. And when I fire them both, it's double trouble.
That guy's hitbox has to be massive.
Actual gameplay footage. Going so soon, I'm gonna miss ya. Don't tell me that's it.
Cardiac overdrive. All right.
I got your back. For now.
So what is he, a DPS healer?
Here I come. Sensei Quick. We got him where we want him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually really cool looking.
So was I worth the wait? We're gonna have a hell of a time.
That alt looked really cool.
That's awesome. I love that trailer. We had a lot of fun working on it. It's amazing to finally announce Malga. He was first introduced, you guys know, 4 years ago in a short story, and he's been the subject of a lot of fun theories. Ever since that first introduction, fans have been asking when he may become a playable hero. We're excited. We finally have our first Samoan hero. Malga, his name, it means mountain in Samoan. He portrays himself as this big, loud brute. However, this is just a facade. He's a cunning tactician, always one step ahead of his enemies. One of the core goals whenever we make an Overwatch character is that people see themselves in our heroes. We're always striving for greater authenticity and representation with each hero. And with Malga, we got a lot of help, actually. Even his tattoo was created by an amazing Samoan tattoo artist named C.E. Lufau. Malga's super fun. It was awesome. Malga's super fun to play. He's easy to learn, hard to master, with what I like to call a brutal but cunning play style. We hope you love him as much as we do. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Join us later today for a Malga Deep Dive panel taking place here at the BlizzCon Arena and online for people at home. We'll talk with the team that helped create Malga and also how to best utilize his amazing abilities when he joins Overwatch in Season 8. Finally, we know Malga's going to be pretty awesome when he joins competitive play. But before then, some of the best players in the world are competing in this weekend's Overwatch World Cup. Let's check it out.
Legacy.
Oh, so it looks like that guy actually did get leaked online.
All year long, teams around the world have
so that's what he was referring to. Okay. Apparently the Nintendo shop leaked the name and the screen grab. So good job, Nintendo.
They've tasted victory. They've overcome defeat. And all along, the hopes of their fans have lifted them up.
Absolutely beautiful.
And now, at long last, the Overwatch World Cup finals are here. And for the first time in 4 years, we're all together once more, back to where it all began. Each team can
so there's the circular stage where you can see all the seats in the background. So they must have them blocked off.
And the wait is finally over.
For like behind the stage stuff, which makes sense, but still that means there's a lot of empty seats in there. And there's people in the seats way in the back, like behind the stage.
Please welcome,
which is weird.
Overwatch esports host Zoe Gschwind.
Wow, fantastic to see all those memories on the big screen. And we're here to make some more. What's up, BlizzCon? It's so great to be back here after 4 years with the Overwatch World Cup. This event has always been such a special event because it truly serves as a worldwide tribute to the beautiful and diverse Overwatch community. This weekend, we get to celebrate teams and players from around the world, each with their unique takes on the playstyles, their different personalities. We're going to see different metas emerge even. It's just very exciting to see familiar faces, big household names in the competitive Overwatch scene take the stage, form those star-studded lineups, Fearless, Super, Gushue, and the likes. But each year, we also get to witness new players emerging onto the scene, taking the spotlight. It truly is a special event for a special community, and I'm very honored and truly happy to be part of it all. Now, I know that all of you here in Anaheim and everyone watching at home is joining us from all over the world. As you can see, so are our players. Among them, a former 3-time World Cup champions, Team South Korea, and the only team that managed thus far to stop their reign, and that is the United States of America.
So, the World Cup is still a thing? I haven't been following Overwatch, so I literally don't know.
I tell you, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
I used to watch the Overwatch League when it was on TV and streamed. I'm guessing it's still a thing, but again, I haven't paid literally any attention to Overwatch in years. Like, man, I'm trying to think of the last time that I really played it. Like, I log in once or twice a year just to see if there's new music and if something's changed, but like, I haven't done an actual Overwatch grind where I've played for, I don't know, maybe 2020, because everything was locked down, so you're playing way more games than usual. I think that's the last time I played was 2020, so like 3 years ago, over 3 years ago.
Now, of course, the winning team will walk away with a big bag, but this year, each and every single player out of the 43 teams participating,
I did log in last week. I played one match.
In Overwatch esports history, and it would not be possible without all of you. So once again, thank you so much.
So after Warcraft, or after Overwatch, is going to be what, Diablo?
So tomorrow night, we will be crowning the 2023 Overwatch World Cup champions, and you can catch all the matches and all the action live in Hall B, as well as, of course, on stream. I'm going to be there. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you.
So Overwatch World Cup is in Hall B.
Welcome back, Aaron, with a few more things
which
to share on the game side.
You can look at the map and you can see where that is. Hall B used to be...
Thank you, Zoe. Malga is awesome. And the World Cup match,
I think Hall B was StarCraft for a while.
But Overwatch has
and Overwatch was in the main arena where they are now.
Earlier this week,
like, that was the only thing in that arena was Overwatch.
And special skins as part of an exciting collaboration.
I still don't know what that is. Are those new characters or something?
K-pop groups in the world.
I was talking, I didn't hear what he said, but I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Brand new music video for Perfect Night. And in honor of this collaboration, Le Seraphim will take the stage and perform in the arena tomorrow after the community night ends around 6 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, they're singers. Okay.
Working on partnerships like this, or what we did with One Punch Man earlier this year, are incredibly fun. Yes.
Man, that stage looks cool. Well done this year.
The players a chance to experience some of our favorite universes.
I mean, a lot of those elements are reused,
through the unique style
but
of Overwatch. And next year we have even more of these for you all.
This main stage is bigger than the ones that are in the Mythic Hall from BlizzCon's past, because they just had like screens put up on the wall in various places so you could see in the Mythic Hall, and then they had the main stage in the middle of the hall
never had
at the back end.
Clarity of vision when it comes to the future. From direct feedback, we hear what you love and want us.
But it's definitely an upgrade.
So, who wants to see a few of the things we're working on for next year? We are
new stuff.
Creating a brand new core PvP game mode, Clash. In this new competitive mode, there are 5 points positioned in a row. The center point starts as the first objective, and the teams battle back and forth over the map, pushing into enemy territory or defending their own. Once a team captures all 5 points or reaches the maximum score, they win. Our initial Clash map is a tribute to a location we showed at Overwatch's first BlizzCon.
Isn't this kind of like CTF and Call of Duty?
One of my personal favorites.
Where you have like 3 points that you have to complete or compete for and control.
And in 2024, a rebirth of one of the original Overwatch maps is in order.
I hated that map.
Yes. Within
it was so hard to capture the second point because it was right next to their spawn, and I just hated it.
Additionally, we are working on overhauls to some of our most important in-game systems. Overwatch is a highly competitive game, and in early 2024, we'll release a reworked version of our competitive system with all new competitive rewards. And with Seasons, one of the team's goals has been to create themes that speak to so many of the cool and awesome things that we all love. Next year, you'll experience Eldritch Horror, Egyptian mythology, witches, and even a mirror universe where heroes become villains and villains become heroes. And of course, Overwatch is nothing without its heroes. Mauga is the 39th hero in Overwatch, and in 2024, we'll be releasing 3 more, and we want to give you a glimpse of
3 new heroes. Oh, here we go.
a new
Something that's
Damage
probably-
Hero adventure is coming in Season 10, and
they're
a
just-
support currently codenamed Space Ranger in Season 12. And this is just scratching the surface of everything.
That's weird. All they did
we
was
have
show
in the works.
concept art
Join us
and name
tomorrow
them. They
here
didn't show
and
any.
online, where we go in depth on all of this in our What's Next panel. It will have more information on Clash, the reworked competitive system, a closer look
So
at
no
Space
big
Ranger,
announcements
even early
literally
gameplay
at all
footage
yet.
of Venture, and so much more. And lastly, for the first time ever during a BlizzCon, not only is our next hero playable in the Overwatch Hall here in Anaheim, but all of you at home can play Mauga all weekend in-game, including Quick Play, going live right after the BlizzCon opening ceremony concludes. Yeah. We know you'll love him just as much as we do. Thank you all. We'll see you in-game.
All right, what's next?
By the blood of the willing, we call thee home.
Oh, we took down a 100. Let's go, baby. High priest, kill the high priest. Yes, yes.
Dude, I am shaking so hard.
Congratulations, the game is out!
All right, Diablo time. While they do this, I'm gonna go get something to drink.
I think it's gonna be the best.
What if you guys play it right now?
Hell yeah, really?
Yeah. I will cry.
That would be amazing.
This is awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
Go!
Run! We really are doubling down on this idea that you can look the way you want, you can play the way you want, you can really make your own fantasy in this game.
She looks like me.
The way he comes in is crazy.
Oh my god, the butcher.
Boy. Instantly died.
They revived me!
I'm gonna find some demons and I'm gonna shove my green foot right up there.
Yeah,
Level 100!
There are literally like goosebumps.
Go down a bit more, go down a bit more, go down a bit more. You got her!
Yes, let's go!
Will you fight the darkness?
Break the chains and be beautiful in sin.
Hail Lilith, Blessed Mother. You can pet the dogs, by the way.
Please welcome the General Manager of Diablo, Rod Ferguson.
All right, so Diablo 2 or Diablo 4, and then unless they do a Warcraft mobile game, it would have to be Warcraft time, right?
This feels amazing. So glad you're here. And I'm so happy the people at home are here as well. You know, watching that was such a great reminder of what a fantastic community we have and what an exciting year it's been. Now, you might have missed it, but in there was a clip of a blind gamer, Tylenif, defeating our hardest boss, Uber Lilith. Now, we strive to make Diablo as approachable and as accessible as possible, and
Watching clips like that make me and the team extremely proud. And of course, I love the tattoos. I still can't believe over 1,000 people got permanent Diablo tattoos at our Hell's Inc. events, including me. And so, Necro Main for life. So, we talk a lot about the last BlizzCon 4 years ago, and back then, the Diablo community was hungry for even more experiences in that dark, gothic place caught between the high heavens and the burning hells, a little place we call Sanctuary. And in that time, I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best developers in the industry, people who love Diablo as much as
This is very boring so far.
And it was their passion and dedication to this universe that released a great new Diablo game every year for the last 3 years. Diablo 2 Resurrected brought the return of the classic that helped define the genre. Remastered. I love Diablo 2. So it's remastered for a new generation now for PC and console. And Diablo Immortal brought Sanctuary to mobile for the first time, bringing millions of new players into our universe. In fact, you might not know this, but 60% of Diablo Immortal players have never played a Diablo game before. So we really welcome them to our universe. And then, of course, there's Diablo 4. Now, it was that kind of excitement that made it the biggest launch in Blizzard's history. And it means so much to the team to see how you've embraced it. We've played over 1.5 billion hours together so far, and it's your love for the game that drives us. Thanks to you,
15 billion hours. That's like how much I've played World of Warcraft in the last 2 decades.
We're over 14,000 words long. Because
I have never played Diablo 4 at all. I think I will, maybe at some point.
If you haven't yet made that leap into the darkest Diablo story ever told, now is the perfect time to pick your class, build your character, join Phil Spencer, and see what the hell it's all about. And with that, I'd like to introduce Diablo 4's 2 production directors. They help lead the teams who are building everything we do today and everything moving forward. Please welcome Tiffany Watt and Chris Wilson.
It's really nice to see that World of Warcraft is going to get a lot of attention. I think that the release of Classic and then TBC and then Wrath has really showed them that Diablo 4 and Overwatch and Overwatch 2 might give them incremental bumps in new players and game sales, but those games don't last as long as they probably hope, and WoW is just always going to be there, being the bedrock of Blizzard, which I love because it's my favorite game from Blizzard. Even though Diablo 2, honestly, Diablo 2 is one of my favorites. I played that a metric crap ton, but
who you can go after for Uber Uniques that everybody's been sieging for.
I just love the fact that WoW is still king. It went through a couple rough patches, especially when Overwatch came out in 16 and 17, and Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 kind of looked like WoW was a back burner and not the forefront, but I think WoW is back to the forefront. They understand that franchise is never going away, and it's where the most players are going to be continually.
Of course, all that leveling is about getting that amazing loot. So we've also changed
Level 100, 40% faster. Maybe I should play and try it out.
It's now more closely tied to the level of monster you defeat to get it. The more challenging the fight, the better the loot. There's still lots of work to be done with reworking itemization. In fact, it's one of our highest priorities. But this, along with upgrades to some of our unique items, is a great first step. So please keep that feedback coming. Now let's talk about quality of life. Here's a few improvements that came directly from you. All of your renown rewards now carry over season to season and from the Eternal Realm. Additional character slots. We added 2 this season, so you can create even more characters and try different builds. A targeting dummy has been added to Kyovashad as you can test, so you can test those builds.
So there is a World of Warcraft Classic
Searching and filtering your stash is
playable
now
area
possible,
at BlizzCon,
and your stash is now
and
available in every town in Sanctuary.
it's clearly the 15, like the 1.15 build, because the login screen is vanilla, the vanilla login screen. So, like I said last night, the new season, probably like Season of Haste, something like that. I could see that being a thing.
Those are just a few of the new additions already in the game, but we're not done with Season of Blood yet.
In fact, starting next week, we'll introduce 5 unique class-specific rings that will let you relive some of the fun from Season of the Malignant. That's right, Necromancers. Once again, corpses will automatically do your bidding just by being in your presence. Then on December 5th,
Is Diablo
we'll
4
also be
on sale
adding an
yet?
enchanting
Like,
preview
can I
to the
buy it
Oculus.
for cheap?
So this will allow you to see which affixes are possible
Diablo
before you
4.
spend your hard-earned gold. It's just
Buy
another way
now
to give you even more
on
control over making
Battle.net.
just the right build
It
for the challenge
costs
at hand. Also on December
Standard
5th,
Edition.
as promised, we'll have another exciting new in-game activity, a 6-week event called Abattoir of Zir. It's a highly replayable pinnacle experience designed for players who have reached level 100, slain Uber Duriel, and mastered all of the other challenges that Season of Blood has to offer. Those who survive will attain a paragon glyph constructed of the vampire
Jeez, I have to put in my
lord's very
birth
own
date?
blood. But beware,
Okay, January
Abattoir of Zir
14th,
starts difficult and only
1923.
gets
Perfect.
harder. And of course, as we near the end of Season of Blood,
$70.
it'll be holiday time. Not only here,
Ass.
but in Sanctuary as well. Our first ever holiday event, Midwinter Blight, starts on December 12th. For 3 weeks, we're going to transform the Fractured Peaks into a winter terror land, and it'll bring a whole new meaning to the word sleigh ride.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I hit the
And
wrong
be sure
button.
to keep your eyes peeled for a mysterious red-cloaked terror.
Nothing is as terrifying as Chris's puns, but I will be sure to check out Midwinter Blight. From there, we are on to Season 3. We can't go into too much detail now, but with the endgame being so important, let's talk about leaderboards. We're creating a whole new type of weekly challenge dungeon called the Gauntlet, where the heroes of Sanctuary can compete for their class ranking against their friends, their clan, or anyone in the world. Watch out, Mike Ibarra, I am coming for you. At the end of each week, the heroes with the highest rank will be added to the Seasonal Hall of Ancients, where their name and build will live on. So, that's a quick look at where we are today. And while the live game is our #1 priority right now, we have a separate Diablo 4 team that's been working hard on our next chapter. So how about a little teaser?
Oh, here we go. An actual trailer.
It's super early, but as we look to expand on the story we started in Diablo 4, we're going to take you somewhere even darker, where hatred's influence continues to consume Sanctuary.
We have each played a part in what has happened here. You abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes, I grow stronger. There will be no salvation in the light.
Vessel of Hatred is Diablo 4's first expansion. Its campaign will continue the dark tale that began in Diablo 4 as we learn the fate of the prime evil Mephisto and his demonic plans for Sanctuary. To do that, we'll be visiting a region new to Diablo 4 and a fan favorite from Diablo 2. The lush jungles known to outsiders as Torajan, but known by the locals as Nahantu. With this new story set in a mysterious new region comes new ways to play, new evils to vanquish, and, of course, a completely new class never seen before in the Diablo universe. Vessel of Hatred releases late next year, and we cannot wait to share more about it this summer.
Now, before we leave, we want you to know that it's your passion that drives us. Your feedback will continue to help us evolve and improve the Diablo 4 experience for years to come. We couldn't be more excited about our future, and we hope that you are too. Our team has put in a lot of hard work, and we love seeing your love for this game. So please join us tomorrow. We have a special Diablo 4 campfire panel where we'll be sharing more details about the expansion, deeper dive on some of the upcoming game changes, and we'll also have a special Q&A session to close it out. So enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, and we'll see you in Sanctuary.
Okay, is it time for WoW yet? Looks like it. Nice. All right, here we go. Wake up, it's time.
Go buy World of Warcraft, install it on your computer, and join the online sensation before we all
murder you.
All right then.
Welcome to the world of Warcraft.
I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman.
I'm Mr. T, and this is my night elf mohawk.
T, there's no such thing as a night elf mohawk.
Shut up, fool!
This role-playing game where heroes like Leroy Jenkins do battle.
Leroy
Jenkins! That would be the world of Warcraft.
Nobody got it right. Nobody even knew.
Rated third nationally in dungeon progression.
Timing was perfect. That was fire.
For the Alliance!
For Azeroth!
It's gotta be Metzen. It's gotta be Metzen.
Please welcome the General Manager of Warcraft,
John Haidt. Wow. All right. By the way, that music, I now have chills.
And thank you. And we are ready to work. Anybody here for Warcraft today? Yeah!
Like 90% of the people.
Big shout out to the Warcraft teams. They are so happy to be here today. We have so much cool stuff to show you. So give it up.
All right, Orc Human.
Warcraft teams.
That is a call out to Warcraft 1. Dwarf Undead to the right and to the left.
Can you believe that almost
I'm still thinking world revamp. Still thinking world revamp.
between orcs and humans led to one of the longest running fantasy adventures in video game history. Right? Generations of players have called Azeroth home. Teenagers that first played Warcraft when it was released, I know you're out there.
Yeah, we just took our Advil.
Now parents,
Well, not all of us.
right? Raising new heroes to take on the raids and battlegrounds of this timeless adventure.
Is he personally attacking me? I feel personally attacked.
It's those shared stories of Azeroth, both in-game and out, that make up this universe. Today is a great day for Warcraft.
All right.
This is the beginning of a bold new chapter that will take us through the next 3 decades and beyond. Oh yeah.
With a variety of games to entertain you, we welcome everyone to find your community. Okay, Alliance.
There we go.
Just practice. We're going to give you a chance to do it a little louder later. Throughout the taverns of Azeroth, tall tales of adventure are retold through the whimsical and clever card play of Hearthstone. Yeah. I like to imagine humans and orcs getting together, showing off their collections, and boasting of their deeds.
Is he bait and switching us?
But in the basements of
Like,
those same taverns,
this is Omega
they're
debating.
playing a new game, Warcraft Rumble. Yeah.
Okay, so they just need to acknowledge those two things, and then they can get on to the
Which
the
puts
good
the
stuff.
battlefields and dungeons of Azeroth in the palm of your hand. And finally, World of Warcraft.
There we go.
WoW immerses us into Azeroth, where we are the champions, fighting alongside each other in shared adventure. Almost 20 years ago, WoW revolutionized online communities and reimagined the enduring entertainment of massively multiplayer gaming. The very first BlizzCon was introduced our first expansion, so it's only fitting that we're here today to lay the foundation for WoW's future.
Well, that's interesting to say. Instead of saying the next expansion, laying the foundation for WoW's future, that's got to be an...
is a home we can always escape to.
A
home that is always waiting for us. Together, we build this universe. Our teams craft the worlds and the adventures, but it is all of you who bring it to life. You are the heartbeat of the brand new adventures that are about to unfold. From all of us on the Warcraft teams here at Blizzard Entertainment, thank you.
Please welcome, from Hearthstone, lead designer Cora Georgiou.
Wait. What?
Hello, BlizzCon. Well, I have a pretty good view from up here. It's really nice to see you all. We are thrilled to soon be celebrating Hearthstone's 10th anniversary. I know, I'm getting old. It's a decade of telling tales around Azeroth with all of you. Whether you aspire to climb the ladder to
Holy
legend,
cow.
enjoy brawling with friends in the battlegrounds, or maybe you've just listened to the 10-hour version of the Saviors of Uldum theme song. Thank you all for being a part of our bustling tavern. We invite players both old and new to join us for our 10th anniversary next March. But we have so much to enjoy before then, so let's talk about what's happening right now in Hearthstone and in Battlegrounds. We're setting the stage for a standoff in Hearthstone's upcoming expansion, Showdown
I kind of feel
in the
bad for her
Badlands, which takes
because
place in Azeroth's wild
the entire arena was super pumped up and super hyped for World of Warcraft, and then he literally walked off the stage and said, "Oh, here's Hearthstone." I mean, this announcement isn't bad. I mean, what they're going to talk about in the game isn't awful. I mean, it's good. It's great. It's just they really screwed up how they did the reveal on this. Oh my goodness.
I was all alone.
All right, let's watch this.
Trying my best to do some good out there. But it didn't take long to realize that with the right friends, everything would change.
Step aside.
Ha!
You don't know who you're messing with.
They knew the townsfolk were up to something sinister.
Let's move! Right behind you!
And it was like a powder keg, waiting to explode.
We did it! No.
Oh, nuts. As it turned out, I had the right backup waiting for me. Just when I needed it.
Let's do this.
You got it, partner.
I didn't intentionally pursue leadership.
I'm gonna punch ya!
Candle mudslider.
Sleeping like a rock.
Let's show these fine folks some Badlands hospitality.
Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Muted, tepid, where is World of Warcraft response by the
That's
crowd?
right. Our beloved Reno Jackson and Elise Starseeker are getting an origin tale. They'll work together to save the Badlands from the Bloodrock Town's nefarious mining operation. Singleton decks are returning with cards like Reno Lone Ranger, Hearthstone's first ever neutral hero.
So one thing I noticed about Hearthstone when I started playing it a bit a few months ago, it's very clear that there are Blizzard AI bots that you go up against every now and then.
Get your hands on them and more when Showdown in the
Because
Badlands
they all play the
releases
exact
on
same
November
way. It was really weird. And I don't know why that is. This crowd has so checked out of Hearthstone right
I
now
know you may be thinking,
that
a new expansion. That's a lot of new cards, on top of 5 sets that are already in the standard rotation. And if you're a new player or you're coming back after a break, that can be a little overwhelming. So we have been hard at work to make it easier than ever to join us. We're excited to announce catch-up packs. These are
No response.
game-changing for
Oh
getting
my
your
God.
collection caught up. You see what we did there? Instead of the typical 5 cards
Oh,
you
this is
find
so
in a
bad.
regular Hearthstone card pack, you can get up to 50 cards from a single catch-up pack. The cards you receive will all be from within the last 2 years, ready to play and constructed. All of our players are going to get catch-up packs to open once you log in, and for all of you here at BlizzCon in person, or those of you at home who purchased either BlizzCon collection, we're also gifting you a few more packs.
oh, make it stop.
For anyone who's been
Please
away
make
for a
it stop.
while, all of these packs can add up to hundreds of cards. We'll also be adding quite a few of them into pre-purchase bundles for Showdown in the Badlands. We hope to see all of you getting some amazing cards and filling in or beginning your Hearthstone collection on November 14th. All right.
Oh my
Welcome to some
gosh.
Battlegrounds fans out here. Yeah. So you might remember then that the last time we were all together at BlizzCon, we unveiled Battlegrounds. What started as an experiment became a huge part of the game and a fun way to play in the tavern. But playing together is what inspired the new mode we're debuting here today. Queuing up as a party for a lobby is great, but ultimately, you play against each other. What if you could actually play teamed up alongside each other? Sounds fun, doesn't it?
Like, people are just sitting there clapping and cheering out of pity. I feel really bad for her. Like, this is not how they should have done Hearthstone. They should have come out and done Hearthstone by itself.
With a shared health pool, team combat, and sending
They should not have led up with Warcraft and got everybody juiced about the next 3 decades of the game and the future of the series, and then say, here's Hearthstone.
Finding ways to team up and help each other achieve top 4. So now we're setting an official table for you and your partner to take the crown together. For those of you here in person, grab a friend or make a new one, because you can try Battlegrounds duos here at BlizzCon right now at the Hearthstone demo area. We're planning to launch this new way to play for everyone early next year, and you can learn more later today and see the new heroes and minions that make teamwork so fun in Battlegrounds.
Oh my goodness.
Teamwork. We love teamwork. If you're tuning in at home, please make sure to join us at the What's Next panel. And if you're here with us at BlizzCon, you can also join me and other members of the Hearthstone team in the tavern. For you worthy opponents out there, come duel a dev and challenge the Hearthstone team. Or, if you want to catch up after 4 years away, pull up a chair by the hearth. We'll see you in the tavern.
I mean, she was a really, really good presenter. Like, a really good presenter. I feel bad that that's how they scheduled her to do that. What? That was good.
Please welcome, from Warcraft Rumble, executive producer Vic Sarath.
You gotta love Anixia. She didn't even use deep breath there. Hello, BlizzCon. Last year, the team and I announced we were working on a brand new Warcraft game. A way to bring Warcraft with you wherever you are and wherever you go. And as you just saw, we've had a ton of fun and poured a lot of love into making this game. Warcraft Rumble is an action strategy game with a deep PvE campaign, a dynamic PvP mode, and so much more. It's a game filled with familiar faces. You'll mix and match miniature versions of characters from the Warcraft universe to make your very own army as you take on opponents all over Azeroth. So, if you've ever wanted to see Jaina command an army of Murlocs, or Grom lead a horde of Angry chickens, apparently. This is your opportunity. By combining leaders, troops, and spells from 5 families, Alliance, Horde, Beasts, Undead, and my personal favorite, Blackrock, you'll battle your way through maps inspired by some very familiar locations. You'll fight to control resources, capture towers, and eventually defeat the boss or player at the other end. Speaking of bosses, each one has their own unique mechanics, so you'll have to adapt your strategies to the threats you'll face as you battle through the campaign and beyond. Our goal was to give you everything you love about
they're going to have to finish this with Chris Metzen. They just have to.
A big dose of what our team calls joyful chaos. When we set out to make this game, we wanted to offer a variety of challenges no matter how you choose to play it, whether it's for 5 minutes at a time or hours on end. And that was something we especially focused on during the beta, to make sure you have something fun to do every time you open up the game. And for those of you that played the beta and gave us your feedback, thank you so much. It's because of your support and the hard work of our team that we feel we got something really, really special on our hands. Now, let's take a look at the result.
So they're 10 minutes past schedule, right?
You know, I gotta admit, it's pretty cool watching that video and just thinking about how far we've come since last year. At this point, we just can't wait for all of you to hop in and play.
Or is opening ceremony
literally can't
2.5? Like, how long is it supposed to be?
That's why we've made Warcraft Rumble available to download and play right now.
Do you have to have a phone to play that? I don't have a phone.
This is a huge moment for us, and we're so all excited to have you join us. And for those of you in the audience with me today, let's bring down the Wi-Fi together.
Oh.
You know I'm kidding, right? Please don't bring down the Wi-Fi. I'm in a lot of trouble once I get off of here. Whether you're a veteran of Azeroth or just have a deep love for strategy games, there's a lot to enjoy here. We've got a huge campaign with over 70 bosses. And for those of you looking for an especially unique challenge, we even have a heroic campaign with an extra layer of difficulty that we cooked up ourselves. We've got maps with verticality, capture points, resources, traps, and all kinds of other contraptions. Each map was lovingly handcrafted by our team and is its own unique puzzle. But how you choose to solve that puzzle is completely up to you. And when you're in the mood for a solo dungeon, we've got you covered there as well. Dungeons in Warcraft Rumble are intense 3-mission gauntlets through places like Normagon and the Dead Mines, where you equip your armies with game-changing relics until your run is over. Or jump into PvP and duke it out with other players on maps inspired by some of the most legendary maps and battlegrounds found in World of Warcraft. You can even join a guild and work together with your friends towards some super special shared rewards. I can only say... Nice.
Nice.
That's just what we have in the game right now. We have so much more coming. For starters, we're going to be releasing a new mini with each season. And that also starts right now. Season 1 of Warcraft Rumble is live. And the latest addition to our growing roster of minis is none other than the Banshee Queen herself, Sylvanas. We're also working on even more ways for you to play with or against your friends, and that includes the biggest challenge in all of Rumble, raids. Make sure to join our Warcraft Rumblings panel later today to hear all about raids and what else we have in store for the future of this game. Now, BlizzCon, before I go, I just wanted to let you know,
I mean,
the team and I, many
oh
of
my
whom
goodness.
are here in Anaheim with us right now, we love playing strategy games. And we set out to make a game that harkens back to our RTS roots, where Warcraft began almost 30 years ago. It is really made out of a genuine love for Warcraft by people with deep roots in the universe. No matter how you like to play, there's something for everyone to love in Warcraft Rumble. Thank you so much, BlizzCon. Enjoy the chaos, and we'll see you in game.
Okay, there we go.
Please welcome executive producer, World of Warcraft, Holly Longdale.
Wow. What's up, BlizzCon?
Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited to see you all here. This is fantastic. Well, can you believe we've been playing World of Warcraft for almost 20 years?
No, I can't. Thanks for the reminder.
You know, 2004 was a while ago, right? You know, some of us, we waited in those lines for those midnight releases and got our discs. Yeah!
Got our discs, got home, had to, yeah, and then do an update patch for 4 hours.
Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas, Arthas, and Thrall, and of course, so many others. And together, we've jumped through the portal into Outland. We sailed off into Northrend, and we watched Sargeras stab the world with that sword. During that time, gaming has changed, and you have changed, and so have we, particularly in the past year. The entire team across both Modern and Classic have embraced their communities. We are truly listening to your voices and taking action. My friends at BlizzCon, now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones, and double down on why we all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place.
They're revamping.
With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion. And of course, most of you know that still drives us today. Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore. So, in Hardcore, you only get one life. And if you die, you may laugh, you may cry, you may have to replace a keyboard, but you go again. We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying.
I'm still doing it. I'm level 50.
The community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play Hardcore early next year. last month in Wrath Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch. And while there's
So,
still more
new
to come
hardcore
around,
game mode.
Earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next. We read through a lot, and I mean a lot of your feedback on social media forums, and we sent out surveys to our players.
Please don't do
And
Cataclysm.
here at BlizzCon, we're happy to announce Cataclysm is coming. And it's coming with hashtag changes based on your feedback, just like you'd expect from Classic. So now, let's jump into the Wayback Machine and get a reminder of all things Cataclysm.
So that its true lords may return. You dare trespass into my domain? Die! This is my realm.
So that happened.
Get ready, my friends, because I love the passion, by the way. Get ready, my friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year.
That soon?
All right. Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla WoW with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Ooh.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer? In Season of Discovery, you can. The season is going to launch with an initial level cap of 25. And when you hit that max level, you'll be met with a brand new level 25 endgame. You'll discover
Level
a
25.
brand new 10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined bosses, mechanics, and of course, rewards. Then, after a couple of months, we'll raise the level cap a bit. You'll find even more endgame content, and so it will go. If you're here at BlizzCon, you can play the Black Fathom Deeps raid in the Warcraft Hall. So, if you love Classic or just a little intrigued about what exactly a Warlock tank can do, go check it out. For all of you watching online, don't worry. You won't have to wait long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing. WoW Classic Season of Discovery launches in a few short weeks on November 30th.
Whoa. All right.
For more information on the Season of Discovery and Cataclysm, don't miss the Classic panel this afternoon.
So no PTR.
All right, now it's time to talk to my Dragon Riders in Modern WoW. Our team remains committed to giving you meaningful game updates about every 8 weeks with more content sprinkled in between. We really want Azeroth to feel alive and the home you want to come back to no matter how you play. Our next major update, Guardians of the Dream, is going live in just 5 days. I want to give a shout out to my elves. It is finally our time. 1 week later, Season 3 will start with the last raid of the expansion, Amirdrasil, the Dream's home.
Last raid of the expansion, so
There
no
we will have our
10.3.
final showdown with Farak and defend our new world tree. But fear not, that's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles. There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story and the bridge to our next one. Like I said earlier, we are evolving. We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters.
This sounds like WoW 2.
BlizzCon, it's time for a new adventure, one that has grown from the very seeds of what captured our hearts when we first set foot in Azeroth. For veteran players, the last 20 years have led us to this. And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time. And who better to talk about the first step in this journey?
Here we go.
Than someone who carved the path in the first place. Everyone, please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe, Chris Metzen.
What up, BlizzCon? Holy smokes! Horde, where you at? Alliance! BlizzCon as one!
Holy smokes, thank you. Thank you. It is, thank you guys.
Man, this is so good.
It has been a long, strange trip to get back to this spot. I tell you that. It has been interesting this past year being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One, I love Warcraft. Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be back and part of this Blizzard family again. As Holly said a bit ago, next year is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. I can't even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning? I love you. Crazy. So given that, what was that? Doesn't matter. We started thinking, so what next, right? What expansion hook, what single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion?
Revamp.
We started thinking about, well, I did, the good old days, right? And some of those early mythic ideas that kind of established the background of Warcraft. Started thinking about even some of the newer ideas that have played out more recently, but still in a way feel a little unresolved. And in the mix of all that stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years? Was the thing that he came to warn us about in Battle for Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is there potentially something darker still looming on the horizon? I don't know. Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void? Talk to me, BlizzCon. I'll tell you what, for nothing, my pally Maine, I'm all in on that kind of thing if it happens. It's gonna happen. And really the big question for all the marbles, what have the Titans actually been doing since the dawn of civilization?
I said they were going to come back and watch Azeroth be born.
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet? Do we know everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world? Just saying. BlizzCon. All of these hooks and 100 more. 68, carry the 2. A bunch more. All cooking in the pot. Started to reveal a storyline. Something epic. How epic? Real epic. A storyline that in almost every way feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling. A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing that will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure.
We're leaving Azeroth because Azeroth gets born.
BlizzCon. Are you with me, BlizzCon? We call this storyline the World Soul Saga.
All right.
The World Soul Saga is so epic, as we covered. It cannot be contained within any single expansion. It is built to play out over multiple expansions over the next few years.
Oh.
Come on now. Having said that, we are working on multiple ways to deliver this adventure to you a little faster than you're used to. We're not going to get into it at this BlizzCon, forgive me.
Wait, what?
But keep your ears peeled. I assure you, we are moving with
What?
purpose. And the last thing we really want is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So, it's coming.
What?
Also, given the scale of this monster, we have decided to change it up today. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Instead of just debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome, we have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
Whoa.
Does this meet with your approval, BlizzCon? My friends, I'm going to warn you, there may be mild spoilers ahead. Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up. Are you ready, BlizzCon?
I don't know if I'm ready. This is...
The first part of the World Soul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft: The War Within.
Ooh.
In this chapter, you will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself, exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Azj-Kahet. But as the forces of darkness close in around our precious world soul, you, yeah, that's you, will be called to do what you always do, which is dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming. Talk to me, BlizzCon.
I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card.
The second part of the World Soul Saga is called World of Warcraft: Midnight. In this chapter, you will be returning, ready, to the old world.
Ooh, there we go.
To the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas.
So the third one has to be like rebirth or birth or something like that.
Intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness and fear. You will not only help reunify the scattered elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever.
This is insane.
Of course, BlizzCon, it is Azeroth. Things may not go to plan.
What's weird is I can't tell if these are going to be expansions or like really big patches.
Leading us to the third part of the World Soul Saga. World of Warcraft: The Last Titan.
All right, that'd be Azeroth.
In this chapter, you will again be returning to the old world. This time, to the wintry lands of Northrend. And there, at Ulduar, you will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth.
Wow.
And there, you will uncover a vast conspiracy. One that stretches throughout the history of the world. One that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions, and the true nature of Azeroth itself. In time, my friend, in time. And it's called Silithus. There you go. BlizzCon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling, we ain't screwing around. We are playing for all the marbles. We are working to establish a thundering heartbeat for this franchise. Now. Now, BlizzCon. Hearken to me. Always wanted to say that. Thank you. Whether you are a current player, and I'm gonna bet that most of you are, or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago, now is the time to come home. Now is the time to pull on your boots, pick up your broadsword or your favorite glowy staff, and get in this fight. Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever. Now, in a few moments, we are going to give you a deeper look at the war within. But before we do that, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. I want to remind you all that sometimes very epic things can begin with small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments. And with that, BlizzCon, proud defenders of Azeroth, let the World Soul Saga begin.
Whoa. Okay, I'm in.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I am not that person anymore. I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
Nice. That is awesome. That was so good.
I guess we're not ignoring that sword anymore. I do have to say, though, every time I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times, it gets me right in my heart. It feels like a new beginning, and it feels like coming home. And we are so excited about where we are going. And now that you've seen or heard the overview for the World So Saga, let's talk about the war within. As we all gather and explore beneath the surface, we'll find an ancient Nerubian civilization. They will be led by someone we were first introduced to in Legion, Xal'atath, a harbinger of the void. The void brings destruction and darkness that threatens all light in our world. The last time we saw Xal'atath, she promised we would meet again, and it turns out she was right. And while Anduin, Thrall, and others share the same visions emanating from the heart of the world, some are seeing something quite different.
Ooh, all right, follow up. Here we go.
My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow taunting me from below.
That looks cool. Wait, what was that in the background? It almost looked like the tip of the sword or something. Master hero talents? Whoa. That looked like dragon riding on the Ashes of Alar.
The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
What I'm most impressed with, there has not been a single leak about what we just saw.
We will have challenging dungeons and raids and some new features too that are built to last. If you like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family, we have delves. These are a variety of bite-sized experiences for 1 to 5 players that will offer endgame rewards. You may also find in your delve a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside you. And if you're like me and you have an obsession with alts, we have warbands. With this feature, you could treat all of your characters like family and share banks, reputations, transmog.
Oh, there we go. That is huge.
We're also introducing a new layer of customization for your class specs with hero talents. You might want to take your character down the path of a Dark Ranger, let's say, or a Farseer, and more. Also, during your travels underground, you will meet the Earthen Dwarves, and you'll be able to unlock them as our new allied race. I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf? The facial hair options are spectacular. There's so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel that's coming up right after the opening ceremony right here. What I can tell you, though, is that the call to get into the fight to save our world will ring out when The War Within releases next year.
Fall 24. So we have...
And lastly,
Ooh.
I sincerely want to say, we are so excited to begin this new journey with you. And
So that means
from our hearts,
October or November of next year. So we have one full year of Dragonflight left.
And now, with his own note of thanks, Mike Ibarra.
Thank you to all the teams who presented today. There really is so much to look forward over the next 2 days. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to walk the halls of all of Anaheim with all of you. It is truly a joy to be here with the Blizzard team and our players. BlizzCon, be great to each other and enjoy the show.
Holy cow.
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners.
That was insane.
Xbox, power your dreams. Omen, game life. HTC,
I am shocked. Oof. All right, I'm gonna go get something to drink, and then gotta let that sink in for a bit. Okay, that was insane. So nobody had anything in terms of leaks that were correct. Am I right about that? That was just... So WoW was going episodic, more or less. And it's really going to depend on how it plays out, right? I mean, he called them 3 expansions, so I don't know, are they going to treat them each like an actual expansion with patches, or are these just going to feel like really super big patches? Right? Like, how are they going to roll this out? That cinematic, though, the CGI on that was absolutely insane. It was so good. What I'm actually relieved about is that it's not launching until 2024, fall of 2024. That means the next 10.2 patch, and there's probably going to be like a 10.25, we're going to have that for a full year, which means I can do so much stuff in the game that I've been putting off because of Classic WoW. which is good because Dragonflight to me is a really good expansion. I just haven't given it my full attention because of, you know, everything I've been doing in Classic. So the fact that we have another year of this, I like. Some people won't because they've been playing it nonstop this whole time, but people like me, I'm going to love it. We got the What's Next WoW panel coming up in...
The Joradin's
what do I have to do here?
manipulates the elements against us. Aid Earthcaller Yeva in her efforts to combat them.
I don't remember ever doing this. What is this? Yeah, I don't think I've done this world quest before. Elemental attackers extinguished. Oh, okay. Oh, I have done this one. Never mind. Yeah, I've done this. Just don't really know if I'm doing it right, that's all. I'm just gonna pull a bunch of stuff at the same time and see what happens. So, some of the things that I noticed is that it looks like we're gonna get dragon riding on our old mounts. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. Dragon riding is cool, but I don't want it to be the norm. But, I mean, the way they presented it was, I think they said, like, dynamic. Which means it won't be full-scale dragon riding, I don't think. I'd be surprised. Because that would just completely undo old world flying, right? Come on, everybody. I need 11% more. This one's kind of slow. There we go. I'm only doing the dragon scale because that's what I need. What is that? Waking Dream? I have no idea what that is. So the What's Next panel lasts, I think, an hour. And then the classic What's Next is an hour after that one ends. So we have a little... What do we have to do here?
To mark what the Dragon Scale expedition has discovered. Will see that the Dragon Scale expedition beat him there.
Alrighty. My mic was off for a little bit. This is 45% done, whatever it is, so I'm just gonna hang out and do it. Wow, it seems really loud. Okay, that might clean it up a little bit. The WoW What's Next panel is going to be real crazy. There's so much to unpack. So Horde and Alliance don't share tags here? Is that what's going on? I'm just trying to pull as much stuff as I can. What do I do with this? So that cinematic, I can't get over the CGI that they had. I mean, that was... It almost looked live action for a minute. Like, Anduin looked almost live action. I still don't know what we're supposed to do with this. Fight back against the Druids of the Flame incursion, okay. But then what? Is it just a thing and then you get loot? Is that it? We're almost done with whatever this is. I think I did one of these before, thinking it was just a regular world quest. Final stage is Smoke and Ash. Oh. So the big tell on what is going to happen with this World Soul saga is what the release cadence is. Like, when is Midnight going to be released? If Midnight is released within a year of the first one, then to me it doesn't really seem like it's going to be like a new expansion. It's going to seem like a really, really big patch. So very interesting to see what the What's Next panel is going to provide clarity-wise and what it all means. Yeah, I just got a bunch of stuff. Now let's go do this world quest. They certainly did a good job bringing Metzen back to deliver that, though, because I don't think anybody could have done that any better than him. What is this world quest, by the way? It's a climbing gear one. All right.
Warlocks have stashed many stolen items in the upper reaches of this area. Gather them so they can be returned to their rightful owners.
Where's the climbing gear? That's a stool. Game? Oh, there it is. So what do I have to do? Find a handhold on the cliff. All right. Whoa, what the heck was that? How come I can never loot these things? Am I doing something wrong? I must be. I don't know. Okay, there was my grip for some reason. Or not. Owie. Oh, I just need 8 of these. I see. Okay. Up there's 4, and I'm running out of places to go. Now there's, what, is that 2 by the Murloc? Shoot. No. I just need 1 more. And is there one nearby? Yeah, over there. Dude, how are you hitting me from there?
Well done. I will see that these items make their way back to...
Renown 23. I need, I think, 3 more to do the stuff that I want to do. That... Oh, what was this? Oh, my... For some reason, my volume just turned on from the BlizzCon window.
Everywhere I look, I see something that needs cataloging. While I'm busy here, do you think you can document along the river?
Come on. There it is. Man. The good thing about having upgraded cameras that I can just quickly spam. Although these quests are so buggy because you can't really... These quests suck. Because, like, I'm pointing right at it, but it's not showing up, and I'm only 36% down. I don't know. Whatever they envisioned for this series of quests is not really how it played out, because these are nuts. Like, I have the camera pointed right at them, didn't do anything. There we go.
Capture the beauty of thou dresses here.
What is this one over here? Stolen dragon scale supplies, alright. Got 20 minutes before the WoW What's Next panel. The WoW Classic What's Next panel, they said Cataclysm with changes, and what they really need to do is confirm that they are keeping Classic Wrath servers. Because if they don't, I mean... So what do I have to do here? Stolen dragon supplies, where are they? Up here? No. Must be down here. Oh yeah, here we go. Hopefully they all drop them, because I'm blowing them all up at the same time. They don't. It's a random drop. Oh, I remember doing this quest. It's been a while, but I remember it, because I complained that it took me a really long time. 4. See, now's the time where I wish they had like a cinematic panel this year, because I want to know what went into creating that cinematic. Because that was a masterpiece. And I'm not going to lie, I thought that the portal sound was going to be Jaina, not Thrall. A little sad, but it was okay. Increasing Dragon Isles and BOEs, that's right. These are all collectible now. But I can't use those, so it doesn't matter. How many more of these things do I need? 5. Oh, I don't have my contract on. I should. It doesn't matter. It's not that much. I'll get a contract later. I think one of the most impressive things about that reveal is that there wasn't a single leak. Not at least that I saw. So the ability for them to keep that under seal is really, really impressive. Alright, any other... Yep, there's one right here. Yoink. I think I need rank 26. What do I have to do with this one? Scroll used, lost enemies slain, lost champions slain. Okay.
Creatures from different timelines are all over the place. This is such a mess. Please help us get things back in order.
I don't see any of these guys anywhere. There's... Oh, he's dead. Just want to round up as many at the same time as I can. Nice. There we go, finally. Time Lost Champion. What is that? It says there's something right here. Oh, yeah. This is unleash time magic dealing damage to a bunch of stuff. So where are the big bads? Anywhere? Oh, it's kind of a one-shot. Not entirely, but kind of. That's good. Yeah, we basically just have to wait for the WoW What's Next panel. There's too many unanswered questions to know how hyped we should be. And like I said a bit ago, if Midnight launches within 12 months of the first one, then it's not expansions, it's big patches. Which, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? The only thing that I don't like is now I'm not going to have a collector's edition to add to the wall. So that's sad. Where are the Time Lost Champions? Like, seriously. Hey, where are you going, buddy? The Cataclysm re-release, literally don't care at all. The Season of Discovery, I am intrigued. It's going to be nice being able to play Dragonflight for the next year, though, or more than a year, actually. That'll allow me to fully catch up. We've got Siege of Orgrimmar version 2, because she said the release of I can't even remember what it's called, something within, the Threat Within? No, I forget. It's going to be fall of 2024, which means probably October or November, maybe December. But honestly, this opening ceremony, it was kind of, most of the time, it was pretty lackluster, and I think that's because they don't have a whole lot to showcase anymore. And they really screwed up with the way that they did the Warcraft reveal. I mean, they really screwed up. Kuruk the Time Lost Slain. Where is he? He's over here? Oh, there he is. I mean, that Hearthstone reveal was... It was just difficult to watch. I mean, the crowd was so checked out because of how they did it. Alright, The War Within is already for pre-sale on the launcher? No way. Really? Pre-purchase. How many tendies do I get for this? Bring me to a website. I want to see the website. All right, we gotta look at this. Let's see. All right, here's the BattleNet shop and BlizzCon collection. Oh yeah. Let's just click on BattleNet and see what they have. There it is. The Evil Within. Fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. And what do you get for pre-sale? Epic Edition. Tell me what it includes. Oh, here we go. So the Epic Edition, you get Dragonflight, a 70 boost, 1,000 tenders, there it is. Algarian Stormrider mount with dynamic flying, dozens of customization options, and access to special race courses. Wow. Upgradable Stormrider's attire transmog. Beta access to the War Within. There it is right there. Pay your way to beta. 3 days early access? Oh no. Oh no. They're going full Xbox. They're going full Microsoft, where you get early access by paying extra. Wow. Okay. Well, that is definitely interesting, isn't it? So we get to pay for early access to the game. That's not going to cause issues on the forums at all. But, I mean, that is, like, Microsoft Studio and Sony and all that stuff. That's the console model. I don't like that.
The mountains are mighty here. Plant our banners to mark what the Dragon Scale expedition has discovered.
Oh, another flying one. Good. Where are you? There you are. Oh, hey, I turned. Come on. I think we're 4 minutes away from the next WoW panel, so we've got to tune into that. One more. Where are you?
Now everyone who scales those peaks will see that the Dragon Scale expedition beat them there.
So, man, I'm really shocked that they're doing early access. I don't think that's going to be very popular. Honestly, I think they're going to get a lot of pushback on it. So much so they might rethink it. But they can't because they've made it a value to the Epic Bundle.
I require every last suffused ingot and molded metal for our bargain with Barak. Do not let these thieves interfere!
I see a glimmer of something up there on that wall. Give it a climb.
Oh, it's another one of these climbing ones. Alright, we'll do this one quick climbing one and then tune into the WoW. What's next? Find a handhold on the cliff. Now what? Okay.
You dare to steal from my crucibles?
What? Oh, Farah.
Little worms. You will perish in flames.
How many of these do I need? A lot. I can't go there. No. I can't go there either. Okay. Where can I go? Really? I'm running out of grip. Ay, ay, ay. Might as well just go back down because I'm going to fall off anyway. And we're falling. All right, there's a bone there. Really? Come on, game. Please. Right, I guess we're going this way. Alright, I just need one more. I hate these climbing ones so much. Oh, come on. Like... It's gonna like spam click, and wherever I wind up is where I wind up. Okay, there's finally one in sight. Alright, good.
Things you find when you put yourself in mortal danger. Great job up there.
WoW should be starting up pretty soon, so let's go back to what's going on here.
Good game.
Alright, I'll be right back. This should start up in the next, like, 2 minutes.
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners. Omen, Game Life. Xbox, power your dreams. Mountain Dew Game Fuel Mystic Punch. Redeem points for gaming rewards and exclusive items in Diablo 4. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series and NVIDIA Reflex, the highest FPS and lowest latency on PC. Secret Lab, award-winning comfort engineered to support your every move. Experience the ultimate performance gaming seat. HyperX, we're all gamers.
Hey BlizzCon fans, we are about to begin. Please take your seats. Thank you. Welcome back to BlizzCon 2023. Over the next 2 days, there will be a series of 8 panels and presentations showcasing a variety of exciting new games and updates, led by some of Blizzard's amazing creators, artists,
All right,
and
what's
designers.
next? Here we go.
So, to kick it all off, here's our first presentation, World of Warcraft, What's Next?
Hey, Taryn Gregory, I'm going to switch to Twitch because YouTube is way behind.
And as maybe you may have heard, thank you. As you may have heard from Chris during the opening ceremonies, we are at the dawn of a new era of Warcraft, the World Soul Saga. A story that will play out over the next 3 expansions and will take us on an adventure in World of Warcraft like we've never experienced before. This saga kicks off with the War Within. In this first chapter, our heroes will be called on an expedition to the subterranean depths of Azeroth, revealing a new world full of mystery, wonder, and darkness. There we will confront the shadows below and face new challenges on the battlefield as well as in ourselves. So what is next? During this section, I'll share an overview of the story of the War Within, and then next you'll hear from Maria Hamilton, who will speak to zones and cultures, and then wrapping up with Morgan Day, who will talk about dungeons, the raid, and our new systems. Let's dig in. In our cinematic reveal, did you guys enjoy the cinematic?
Yeah, the cinematic was pretty good.
Big shout out to the cinematic team for their work on that. It's just incredible work. We witnessed as Thrall found Anduin Wrynn, who has been wandering alone for the last few years, grappling and lost in his own thoughts and dealing with the experience that he's been through, as many of you may have remembered. Throughout this and our features trailer, we learned 2 very important developments, starting with these visions. Thrall spoke of a vision calling out from the heart of the world, like a voice from a dream. This radiant song will compel our heroes to investigate its origins, and while at the same time, a darkness has been gathering. Even as the heroes adventured on the Dragon Isles, and in the War Within, the mysterious harbinger that Iridikron spoke of will reveal themselves. Xal'atath has returned. Freed long ago from the black blade that once bound her, she is now the harbinger of a new era of the Void's dark machinations. And her message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead. And their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth, destroyed them. The forces of the Horde and the Alliance.
It's really nice seeing Terran come full circle.
They are among the most powerful armies that have ever stood. The Harbinger has watched this. She is patient. And while the Black Empire failed, Xal'atath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy, one that knows our true strength and will seek to test it against a new threat of terrible power, the Nerubians of Ashkahet. Xal'atath has conscripted the Nerubian queen Ansarek, having offered her people a new future, one in which they will rise from their isolation as a mighty kingdom once again. And here in this sprawling city of Ashkahet, we will not find the undead soldiers of the Lich King that we faced before, but instead a new mighty stronghold of the Nerubians as they once were, deadly survivors of the mythic wars that have played out time and again over thousands of years. In return for their loyalty, Xal'atath has granted the Nerubians the means of a dark evolution, one that will turn the Nerubians into a new kind of ferocious and terrifying soldier that we will clash against time and again in the War Within. Now let's talk about who we'll be adventuring with. How do you like the key art? Several of Azeroth's greatest heroes will rise to the call of the Radiant Song, and many will be faced with their own unique challenges. Anduin, having survived his ordeal with domination.
He looks completely different.
Oh, incredible artwork. and when we'll be grappling with his relationship to the holy light that he no longer feels worthy of, while Thrall is seeking a connection to these visions, spreading across the world and working to find his new place in the Horde, while Magni Bronzebeard, long the Speaker of Azeroth, will confront the heavy weight of that responsibility once and for all. Champion! The wounds champion! Yes! But that brings us to, I know you saw this in the features trailer, Alaria Windrunner. Alaria's journey will be central to the events of the themes of the War Within, as she, a Void Hunter, will use all of her prowess to hunt down the Harbinger while being torn between her own nature and the maddening call of the Void to which she is attuned. Along the adventure, she will have a unique rivalry with Xal'atath, whose twists and turns will come to define the nature of this new conflict. Of course, we'll see many more familiar faces on our journey and meet a host of new and interesting characters along the way that Maria is going to tell you more about in just a moment. But finally, this saga is only just beginning. Conceived to be... Yes! Conceived to be an epic worthy of the first 20 years of World of Warcraft, the World Soul Saga aims to redefine the storytelling in our expansion set and strike boldly at the core themes that define Warcraft. The might of heroes, the responsibility of that power, the pursuit of justice. Got to do my best Mets in there. Justice! And the importance of finding common ground as well as ourselves amidst adversity. Up next, may I introduce Maria Hamilton, who will be sharing more about our zones and cultures in the War Within. Thank you so much.
They are really, really milking the Dragonflight music, and I am completely on board.
Hello, BlizzCon. Wow, I am so excited to be here and delighted to represent our team and tell you about the places that we will explore and the cultures we will encounter in the War Within. I can't really see all of you out there. I know there's a lot of you, though, because I can hear you. And I hope to hear lots of oohs and ahs when you see some of this cool art I've got to show you. So let's get started. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, thank you. Okay. As Taryn mentioned earlier, we'll be called by the Radiant Song, dreamlike visions that come from the heart of the Azeroth. This summons is going to lead us to the subcontinent of Khaz-Algar, a place long forgotten. It's only through recent explorations in Uldaman that we've discovered a Watcher report concerning a contingent of Earthen that was sent to this place long, long ago to investigate a fissure in the sector. What exactly that means, we don't really know, but we can probably speculate. So first, let's
So
talk
should I
about
buy the Epic version right now?
Ooh, there you go. There you go. All right, we have met Titan-forged Earthen before, of course, in Ulduar.
What do you
and
get
other
right
places.
now? You get...
But this society of Earthen has been isolated within Khaz-Algar
Do you get a mount?
for a really long time and have developed their own manners and customs. Now, visually, these Earthen are a bit larger in stature, and they're noticeably blinged out. They've got gems all over them, bedazzled, blinged out, you know, that kind of thing, right? But philosophically, they are guided by the Edicts of the Titans, a set of codified orders, duties, and expectations that provide instructions for the core functions of their society. You know, Titans, order, all that, right? But the Titans have been absent for eons, and the Earthen are no longer united in their adherence to these edicts. They now exist as three groups that are estranged from each other. The Oathsworn, as their name suggests, still uphold the edicts faithfully and believe everyone else is doing it wrong. Their charge is guarding the Core Way, a Titan passageway that leads right to the core of Azeroth. They're primarily the city dwellers. They live conveniently near the object of their responsibility, that Core Way. Now, the Unbound, in contrast, have abandoned the edicts, and they are considered scandalously rebellious by the Oathsworn. Their original responsibility was providing the materials to keep the Titan installations supplied, And they're primarily rural. They're living in and around the quarries and the mines where natural resources can be acquired. They rarely interact with the city dwellers. They feel neglected and ignored because they have a different opinion on how they should live. Now, the machine speakers have strayed from the edicts in practice, but not with respect to their overall obligation to keep the Titan works functioning. They've had extremely limited contact with the surface dwellers, and they express no little disdain for those who just don't understand the great machines.
So how many
Their homes are
dwarfs
built
do we have
around
now?
Vast industrial projects under the surface that allow them to perform their functions in accordance with edicts, more or less. These different perspectives among the Earthen and their variable adherence to the Titan's edicts has weakened the society as originally structured. And that's not good, of course, but a much more serious problem is their steadily dwindling numbers.
I think I remember
that I'm
her
not going to get into here
from
and now. New Earthen
like
can't exist
the Warcraft
until we help them out
archives
by
or
doing
something.
some
Like she
things
works
and
in the
unite the Earthen
archives in
society
some way,
once
shape, or
more.
form. I forget, but she looks really familiar.
Happily, as a result of our actions, the Earthen will eventually be unlocked as an allied race. Yeah, like sweet, don't they? Yeah. These player Earthen will replenish the culture's dwindling numbers and may join either the Horde or the Alliance. Yeah. It is, of course, players' choice which side you wish to ally with. But as you can see from a small sampling of combinations, there's some fantastic variations and customizations coming for the Earthen models, including different gem incrustations, beards for all body types, rocky skin patterns, tones, and more. Now that golden mohawk with the braids and the fringe beard, that's quite the look. But I really like the beardless guy with the bushy blonde eyebrows. He looks so cool. He's just kind of like, yep, what do you want me to do? So anyway, all right, moving on. Another cool culture that players will encounter in the War Within is the Arathi. Yeah, and you probably have questions, right? So these are descendants of the original Arathorian Empire, and they've arrived relatively recently and through some somewhat mysterious circumstances. And they find themselves trapped here within Khaz-Algar. Mysterious mostly because I can't say anything more about it just yet because of spoilers, but it's not like spooky mysterious, it's the other kind. As a people, the Arathi are worshippers and wielders of holy fire. They are dedicated to bringing hope and light to the darkness. They're tough, resilient people, with every member of the society being an able combatant. Some few are further blessed with paladin-like abilities through their devotion to the light. Even their airships are powered by sacred flame. The extent to which they're comfortable in battle is probably a good thing, because they have established a home away from home in an enormous cavern bordered by an endless underground sea, from which terrifying creatures emerge to rampage and create havoc.
So
Now,
I want
live,
to see
we have a
new
cool
tier
place to
sets.
hang out, but they're
That's what I want
really,
to see.
really
New tier
tough.
sets.
These watery monstrosities, though, are nothing compared to the threat from below. A constant swarm of Nerubians has been held back so far from invading the Arathi lands. The assault is unrelenting, the threat is dire, and the Arathi can't hold much longer. These bastions of light against the darkness are far from home and limited in number. Sure would be terrible if there was also division within the Arathi ranks. Just saying. That would be pretty rough, what with them being so outnumbered. We could probably help them. All right, speaking of the Nerubians in the War Within, we'll explore their last kingdom deep within Khaz-Algar. These ancient survivors of the Black Empire who rejected their former masters have developed their own culture here in the deep darkness. As Taryn mentioned earlier, Xalatath has made a bargain with the Nerubian queen Ansarek, who seeks a new future and renewed glory for her people. The Nerubians are extremely capable and devious adversaries who have been honing their skills with their constant assault on the Arathi. But domination hasn't come fast enough for the Queen's taste, as the Arathi has managed to hold against this onslaught. So this deal with the Harbinger has included some assistance for her troops. Through some dark alchemical process, Xalatath has provided the knowledge required to evolve chosen Nerubians into paragons of their race, enhancing their viciousness. And Queen Azurek has embraced these modifications with enthusiasm and eagerly offered her army to achieve the Harbinger's schemes. It appears to be a win-win situation. But not all Nerubians share their sovereign's enthusiasm for change and her embrace of Xalatath. Shadowy figures with far too many limbs maneuver against the Harbinger's plans in opposition to the Queen's desire. As you might expect, any foray into this Nerubian kingdom introduces us to a variety of citizens, including some forms we've never encountered before. Here's a layout of some of the Nerubian models that are completed and also some that are in progress, as well as scale reference for goblins and humans, so you just get a sense of size. In addition to the Nerubian citizens, there are also domesticated insects who serve the kingdom as beasts of burden and pets. The team is hard at work building out the full range of carapaces, carapae, I don't know, whichever, skittering legs, grabby arms, piercing spiky bits, and creepy eyes for you to enjoy, I guess. All right, let's talk about our zones. The surface of Khazalgar is our first zone, called the Isle of Dorn. This is the home of the earthen surface dwellers, as well as other native species of creatures. The fertile soil, flowering plant life, and generous waterways provide nourishment for animals in this untouched paradise. An important facet of earthen society is Cinderbrew mead. This volatile substance is manufactured from molten honey, produced by enormous fiery bees. Their home groves are a remarkable sight, as the hearts of the trees themselves glow with lava-like fluid. Harvesting is always an exciting time, as the ferocious creatures are understandably protective of their hives. Now, the roosts at Storm Watch are wreathed with lightning and fierce winds. These wild elemental rooks may choose to serve a member of the Oathsworn, who, if so blessed, becomes a Storm Rider, one of the guardian warriors of the earthen people. The Unbound deal with hostile creatures from time to time, but for their most part, the existence is relatively peaceful, fairly sort of peaceful. Their comfortable homes are often situated near the places where they once labored as adherents to the edicts. Those sites are now in disrepair, and in some cases, the lair of other creatures. Of course, the Isle of Dorn boasts a great walled city where the Oathsworn live and serve the edicts of the Titans. The city of Dornagal is the location of many important civic buildings, markets, traders, and crafters. And it's here that a traveler will find the expected amenities of a capital city, as well as the Titan Causeway, the defense of which is the Oathsworn's primary charge. Now, beneath the surface of the Isle of Dorn lies our second zone, the Ringing Deeps. As the name suggests, it is here that the Earthen are engaged in their work in accordance with the edicts. In these industrial areas of this cavernous space are huge, complicated machines, lava-heated foundries and forges, and waterworks, both to cool and to power huge machinery. Maintaining these Titan mechanisms and keeping everything running is both the responsibility and the passion of the machine speakers. The Earth has shifted too in places, revealing openings to the sky above to the Isle of Dorn. These cenotes bring light and water into areas once shrouded in darkness. Abundant greenery, flowers, and creatures that do not typically dwell in caverns may be found in these idyllic spots. It was really important to us as developers that we delivered the fantasy of the hard-working industry, but still had some break-up areas of natural beauty.
All right, let's do some world quests while we listen to what's going on here.
Now, as the machine speaker population has dropped, they've had increasing difficulties with kobold incursions. And indeed, the kobolds have taken over the mines, the work areas. They've even built a city of their own. Unexpectedly, the kobolds are actually becoming a force to be reckoned with under the aggressive actions
The kobolds
of
are coming
their
back,
leader,
though, so that's kind of cool.
the Candle King. You knew it had to be a candle. No take candle. No take candle. With the passage of time, the Earthen have diminished both in number and in the knowledge required to perform the various routines to tune and repair the processes. The old ways have been forgotten, and new creative methods must be employed if the edicts are to be obeyed. So they're kind of making it up as they go along. From the Ringing Deeps, we descend further into Khazalgar.
Which one is this?
A vast
supplies
hollow area
and
in the earth,
guys killed.
bordered
Okay,
by an
that's easy.
endless underground sea. This tenuous foothold under the bright light of an enormous crystal has allowed the Arathi
Yeah.
to survive. using their airships to travel to high plateaus and establish docks, light towers, villages, and even a priory. From their capital of Merildar, these trapped people strive to keep hope alive and spread the light, while engaged in a near constant battle with the Nerubians at their borders. The open spaces, the bright light, and the greenery are intended to feel as though we're on the surface.
Why are there so few supplies
around
around
here?
here?
Strange hollow within Azeroth. The crystal provides brilliant light, warmth, and growth for vegetation. You may notice that all the blooming plants have opened their blossoms toward the light and seem to be reaching in that direction whenever they're in Hollowfall. Unfortunately, the crystal sun has been changing in recent years. Where once the light was steady and reliable, it now fades without warning, plunging the Arathi into darkness, save where they have built light towers and maintain their holy flame beacons. In the absence of this light, the dangerous Kobis and other fierce creatures emerge from the sea to rampage. As the Arathi are barely holding back the Nerubians, these unpredictable episodes are incredibly demoralizing and deadly. Happily, the light has always returned to the crystal, so far. And at the deepest descent in the war within, we reach the zone of Azj-Kahet. That almost rhymes. Anyway, the Nerubian city of Threads has been built on the ruins of itself, over and over and over again. As areas decay and crumble, a new district is built upon its ruins, and as a result, the city climbs ever higher. Those Nerubians favored by the queen, or possessing enormous wealth, or both, command the greatest views and live in the highest places over these swarming masses.
So we're getting like a huge lore dump, story
dump. The Burrows is the home of the scavengers, the forgotten, deep in the decay and the filth. The
it's weird
Bazaar
because
is a trading hub of fine silks, fascinating.
I don't want to say disjointed. It just feels, I don't know what.
The Skanes are the home of the lore
It's hard to
keepers
describe.
And scholars who toil to
Like
maintain the
four
history
different
of their
things that
people
don't really seem like they go
research
together.
myths
The
and legends of
Nerubian,
Azeroth.
I think it's the
There are many
Nerubian
other
that's
districts and less
thrown
than
me off.
savory neighborhoods, both well-known and
I did not
secret,
have
that the
Nerubian on
careful
my bingo
adventurer
card.
could discover, should they risk life and limb to do so. But the key to such exploration is fitting in among the Nerubians and being accepted, an enterprise best accomplished through skill in the use of pheromones and considerable
Pheromones?
The zone of Azj-Kahet features areas of spectacular dark beauty.
I think it's because I didn't really like the Nerubians in Wrath Classic.
To live among the Nerubians without being
There is
deemed
that.
a threat, found to be particularly tasty to consume, or just too much fun to torment. The mobilization of forces to assault the Arathi while also providing military might to achieve Xalatath's schemes has stirred up all sorts of inhabitants of the darkness. And deep within the city itself, the Nerubians are gathering an odd substance, the black blood of the old gods, for some unknown purpose. But I'm sure
What about the
that's fine.
wounds?
And now I'd like to talk a little bit about our zone flow. As I mentioned, awesome, huh?
So that's dynamic flying, I
We travel
guess.
from the Isle of Dorn into the Ringing Deeps, into Hollowfall, and then into Azj-Kahet. In the War Within, all of
All right,
our
like-
zones
I like
are
that, so
connected all together using
it's
the
not
airlock
a
technology
choose
that we
your
developed for Zaralek Cavern,
journey type of thing.
allowing for this seamless descent from the Isle of Dorn all the way to Azj-Kahet. That was
Oh, I'm
video I
renowned
just captured
24.
last week
Is there a
of the transition between the Ringing Deeps
reputation
and
gains from
Hollowfall.
role quests increased by
As
50?
you can
Okay, that's
see,
why.
we built for dynamic flight, and we were able to
Um,
flow directly between the zones without the load screen. There is some seriously amazing swoopy goodness to be had moving across
take a
these
look
zones and through
at-
these spaces. It feels so cool to burst out of a really tight area and into just a huge drop like that. It's so exhilarating. Now, this blobby map that I've got up here was an early attempt during development of our zone flow to try to figure out how we would stack these zones together and achieve the relationship between their geography and geometry that made sense and felt great to traverse. We ended up with something slightly different than this, but this is pretty representative to explain what the world builders were thinking about when they planned these spaces out. It was really important
Shoot, I
to
have
our
to figure out
design
what I need
that
for
while
renown
three
because
of
I
the
don't
four
know.
zones are technically underground, they didn't feel that way, and that they were distinctly different from one another. We pursued that goal by introducing the natural cenotes in the ringing deeps and leaning into the fantasy of the classic underground industrial workspaces.
Where is it?
So even in the zone that felt the tightest, there's places that look
Dragon
as though
Scale
they're actually
Expedition
on the surface.
rank
And within
24 is
Hollowfall,
what I
we
need.
created a massive hollow space in a cavern so vast it feels like an exterior, with a huge artificial sun in the form of a gigantic crystal. And in Aj-Kahet, we leaned hard into traditional Nerubian architecture with hanging nests and huge palaces built all over a decaying city that just falls away into the depths. And that is the last bit of eye candy I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this peek at what we've got in development. So now it's time for me to introduce you to Morgan Day, who's going to give you lots of information about dungeons, raids, and systems. Enjoy. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hello, BlizzCon. My name is Morgan Day, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the upcoming content, features, and systems in The War Within. I'm sure I'll also make some funny faces that I'll regret later in thumbnails, but whatever. First up, let's talk about dungeons. There will be 8 new dungeons coming in The War Within, 4 during level up, 1 in each of the 4 zones that Maria just walked us through, as well as 4 at max level. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening.
I
in these
think I can
dungeons.
do
For instance, we have like a kobold dungeon where you'll meet that
the
Candle
new
King,
quest,
where
can
there's
I
like a
not?
light mechanic that takes place. You have to kind of keep it going to light your way. There's a dragon riding dungeon, of course, but also one of my favorites is the Cinderbrew Meadery that Maria just talked us through. So this is a dungeon that takes place on our first zone, the Isle of Dorn, which is where you'll experience, all of our earthen buddies. And this
So
is the
for
place
this
where
one,
they make
no,
that
that's the
Cinderbrew
wrong
mead
thing.
that she was talking about. They take in all that honey that they gather from throughout the zone to make the mead, to do all kinds of fun and/or nefarious things with. Although I do have to say, I feel like they're a little bit behind the times. I feel like all the kids are drinking that, hard seltzer or something these days, but whatever. They're old school, I get it. Next up, our raid, the Nerubar Palace. So this is an 8-boss raid that will take place in the zone of Aj-Kahet. And this is really the culmination of all of those machinations we keep hearing about that we see play out between
In the Halls of
Nerubian
the
Empire,
Titans
their
is supposedly
queen,
what
and her
opened up for me
collaboration
somewhere.
with Xalatath.
But I don't see it
So for
anywhere.
this next one, we don't normally show things this early, but I thought it'd be cool to share. On the left there, you can kind of see the top-down view of the raid, and on the right, it's more of like a side cutout. So we like to work on all of our dungeons and raids when they still look like this, as it's much easier to iterate while we're in 2D than it is to kind of change the zones around.
Oh, that's
kind
kinda
of
cool.
In the game and it's all blocked out. So to step us through the raid really quickly, after barging through the front door, you'll very quickly fall and/or get knocked into one of those giant pits of that black blood of the old god that you'll hear much more about in Aj-Kahet. And then you'll battle your way through the harvest pits, and then finally traverse your way back up through the stalactite wing, which is not a final name, I promise, until you finally fight your way into the Queen's inner sanctum, where you'll come face to face with her as the end boss. So as you can see, this will kind of feel like a winged raid in terms of the vibes, but in terms of the player experience, it'll actually be quite a bit more linear than what you might be used to for a raid with some winged vibes. So something that I also think is fun to talk about really quick is with all of our dungeons and raids, we like to try to explore what is the thing that's going to make this space feel really unique, that's going to make it stand out from all the other times that we've built these dungeons and raids. And with this space, we really thought that, given that we have the Nerubian to play with, they've got all these amazing webs and silken threads that you can kind of traverse the zone through, we thought it'd be really fun to explore verticality as a major element of this raid. So I think that'll be really fun to see what the team comes up with for that.
That is kind of
Next
cool.
up,
Not gonna
let's
lie.
talk about systems. So
All right,
I want to
here
walk
we go,
you through some of our
systems.
features and systems at a really high level. But first, I want to talk about some of the philosophies that are really guiding us to add these into the War Within. So first and foremost, we really want to continue to extend the philosophies of Dragonflight into the War Within. And really, when we talk about that, there's three main pillars that I want to touch on. First, we really want to make sure that we're focusing on evergreen features. We want to make sure that we're making World of Warcraft better forever and not focusing on things that we know we're going to have to leave behind as we move into future expansions.
That's a good change. Yeah, it's a terrible feeling when you spend an entire expansion doing something and then
we want to make sure that there's something
becomes
for
immediately
everyone.
irrelevant.
So whether you're a hardcore raider, a PvPer, a collector, or apparently like Holly, you just love to play tons of alts and run around the world exploring things, we want to make sure that there's something in War Within that you can really geek out over and that resonates with you. And finally, we want to make sure that we're continuing to build on our philosophy and build on our systems and content with people who play multiple characters in mind. We want to make sure... Woo!
Yeah, this is what I want to hear about.
We want to make sure that we're building all of our systems to really respect the time of the player behind the keyboard and not focusing so much on the accomplishments of that individual character. So let's talk about delves. Delves are a new feature that will be integrated into the outdoor world experience, where the fantasy of these is actually that you'll be joining the Dragonscale expedition in their search for lost treasures all across Khazalgar. So delves are an evergreen feature that is really integrated into that outdoor world experience. We want delves to be a new pillar of endgame content for those outdoor world explorers. We really view this as something like when we added world quests back in Legion, where they are going to be really integrated and transformative into that outdoor world, especially that endgame loop. So one of the main reasons I'm stoked about delves is that these will provide an opportunity for us to give seasonal content and rewards to those outdoor world explorers. So that means things like rewards that you're used to, like mounts, achievements, titles, but we'll also be adding an outdoor row to the Great Vault with War Within. So that all of you outdoor world explorers will be able to share in the joy of rushing to the Great Vault every week to collect your loot. And there will also be 13 unique delves that we'll be launching War Within with. And delves will scale from 1 to 5 players and be role agnostic. So that means if you want to play a delve solo, that's totally cool. If you want to go with you and your partner, that works as well. Or you can bring your whole dungeon group in, and the delve will scale based on your group size and your roles. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of my favorite features of delves, which I think Maria alluded to earlier, which is that there will be an NPC companion joining you on all of your adventures. So for Season 1, that'll be Bran Bronzebeard, as you can see. And Bran will be tagging along with you on all of your delve adventures and will totally never, not even once, aggro a pack of monsters that you didn't want him to. And I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back right now. So Bran will have a customizable talents and mechanics and abilities that you'll be able to kind of load out to suit your playstyle and needs. So, maybe you need a little bit of extra healing. Well, you can load Bran out to provide that for you. And finally, you wouldn't be exploring with the Dragonscale expedition if at the end of every delve there wasn't this massive treasure trove that we need Bran to open for us, which hopefully brought a couple of keys to open some of the chests in there. But before Bran can open that vault for you, you'll need to maybe defeat a boss, maybe you'll solve a couple puzzles, something like that, and then Bran will be able to open that vault door for you. Next up, let's talk about warbands. It's happening! So warbands are a system that we're introducing that will really be the representation of all of your characters across your Battle.net account. Warbands are an opportunity for us to create a platform where you can share your achievements, resources, and all that other good stuff across all of those characters. So the goal of this system is really to be that representation of the philosophy shift that I mentioned earlier about really respecting the time of the player behind the keyboards and not those individual characters. There's actually a ton of additions and modifications. We've talked about a few here. There's no like singular UI screen that says warbands. It's more of like all these modifications and updates and features are like kind of wearing a big coat that says warbands on the back of it. It's how I kind of keep it straight in my head. But just to talk about a couple of those cool features, we'll actually be revisiting the transmog rules of how you acquire those appearances in The War Within. So for all of you who have So that means all of you who have probably had to run 4 characters through all of those legacy instances just to make sure you're collecting all the appearances, that won't be the case anymore in War Within. You'll just be able to run it with 1 character. And oh yeah, Holly mentioned this already, but this is obviously one that people are looking forward to. All of our reputations as well as renown in The War Within will be shared across your entire account. Last but not least, let's talk about hero talents. So here's a quick mock-up of what the UI will look like that I think really helps explain how these integrate into our current talent trees. But really quick, let's take a look at how this will work. So there will be 3 new hero talent trees per class, and 2 will be available per specialization that you can freely choose and swap between. And also, this is another evergreen feature. This is a system that we think is going to provide a new vector of choice and customization for you and all of your classes, as well as create opportunities for us to really dig into some of those core class fantasies that are so amazing. So Hero Talents will introduce these new, small, self-contained talent trees like you just saw in the UI. And the way I like to think about it is like, currently we have 2 types of talent points, right? We have class talent points and specialization talent points. And now in the War Within, there'll be a 3rd type called hero talent points. So let's look at a quick example, which hopefully explains it a little bit more. This is a warrior, as you can see. These are the 3 hero talent trees that they'll have available: Mountain Thane, Colossus, and Slayer. And as you can see in the top left, we have Protection, who will be able to choose between Mountain Thane and Colossus. Up on the right, you see Fury. Yep, that's right. Mountain Thane and Slayer are their options. And down at the bottom, Colossus and Slayer are their options. So this is how the majority of our classes are going to look in The War Within. The exception, of course, being Druids and Demon Hunters, who are a bit special, so theirs will look a little different. So let's take a look at how you'll unlock the system, as well as how it'll feel playing through as you're leveling through The War Within. So the system will automatically unlock at level 71, and it'll just kind of appear in your UI. You'll earn 1 talent point per level as you level from 71 to 80. And there are 10 talent points in total, with several choice nodes along the way. So I like to think of this as being similar to like the Legion artifact, where as you were leveling and progressing, you were making some choices along the way, but ultimately you're going to unlock the whole tree. And also, I want to be very clear here. These are extremely low friction to swap between those choice nodes, as well as to swap between the different hero talent trees. So, this should be very analogous to your current talent trees and will follow all the same rules that you used to there. So, at the start of a raid boss, before Mythic Plus starts, before an arena match kicks off, and anywhere in between. And to wrap us up, I wanted to show off a really quick video of what hero talents look like in action. So this is a warrior, as you can see, pop an avatar, jumping in. And this next one is that same warrior with the Mountain Thane talent tree. As you can see, Stormbolt hits multiple targets. There's a couple of cool new V effects, and a lot of other cool stuff going on there as well. I heard some oohs. Ooh. Our effects artist will be happy. So that about wraps us up for our What's Next panel. We hope you really liked what you saw here, and if you'd like to know more, please join us tomorrow at the Deep Dive panel at noon, where Ian will walk you through some of what you saw today in more detail. Woo, Ian! As well as a bunch of other cool new stuff in The War Within. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a great BlizzCon. Bye!
that one's done. What's next on the schedule?
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners.
Let's take a look at the schedule.
Xbox, power your dreams. Omen, Game Live.
Yeah, so it's Overwatch and then World of Warcraft Classic isn't for like another hour
HTC,
or
Vive
so.
Models. Virtual production made simple.
And let's see what else is
Intel,
there.
push your gameplay beyond
Hearthstone,
performance
what's
with
next?
13
Rumblings. And that's it for today.
Check out MSI's wide array
And then
of
day
marketing, from Nobel
2
Prize-winning quantum dot technology to
is
4K OLED panels. They've got you
the
covered.
deep dive tomorrow with
And
Ian
the
is at 2.
beneficiary of BlizzCon's charity auction
Okay.
is Direct Relief.
And then that's it. The one thing I miss about not being there in person is all of the on-site purchasable only stuff. Although it doesn't look like they have that much this time, which is weird. Like if I go to World of Warcraft, they don't have any custom, but they don't have any, there's no pin set for this year. There's usually a pin set and there is none. That's a little weird. Is there a BlizzCon only? Hold on, shop Diablo, shop Warcraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Rumble. Yeah, it's weird. There's no...
Will you save us?
There's no BlizzCon section.
Will you make them suffer?
So yeah, no...
shadow be our light.
That's so weird.
Will you fight the darkness?
Let's take a look. They really don't have a new pin set? They must. It's just not everything that's available must be on the store to see.
In the beginning, I was all alone. Trying my best to do some good out there. But it didn't take long.
There's the
to realize
posters.
that
But yeah, I don't see a new
with the
pin
right
set.
friends, everything would change.
Step aside.
Come on!
You don't know who you're messing with.
They knew the townsfolk were up to something sinister.
Let's move!
Right behind you!
What in the world?
And
I
it
can't.
was like a powder
It's so
keg
weird. There's no
waiting
pin
to
set.
explode.
We did it! No.
Oh, nuts.
Oh
As
wait.
it turned out, I had the right backup waiting for me.
Through the
Just
gear
when
store.
I needed it.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
You got it,
Okay.
partner.
Here we go. Now we're on the right website. We're on the wrong website. So if we go to
I'm gonna punch ya!
Blizzard Gear, Okay, here we go. There's Series 10.
Candle butts lighter.
Let's show these fine folks some Badlands hospitality. Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Wow, stuff is so much more expensive this year. One pin is $10. That's nuts. Alright, so here's some of the pins. They don't have the pin set this year. They had one for, I think they started in Series 6. Interesting. Anyway. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Classic panel's up in an hour, so I'm going to watch that and see. I'm not really... Cataclysm re-release, I literally don't care at all. I do want to see what's going on with Discovery, though, so that is going to be interesting. But that's going to be it for now. Watched everything that I wanted to watch. And we'll see what happens with Classic Discovery. And then tomorrow, the deep dive, I'm going to watch the deep dive tomorrow just because I want to see what's going on with these next 3 expansions and what the timeline actually is for their release. Because, like I said, they're either actual standalone expansions or they're just really big patches on a faster cadence. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll catch you later.
You needed time. We stayed away.